Hey everyone, Mistik here. Welcome back to the Should You Buy series. In this series, I review different items throughout Graal Era. I base each item off its usefulness to the player, the rarity of the item in game, and the demand it has with the player base. Afterwards, I speak to the history of the item, and normally I would discuss the price. However, in this episode, because the item is so new, I'll be discussing some of the predictions for the price and my reasoning behind them. After all of this, I will give my opinion on whether the item is worth purchasing and owning. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new item that was released only a few days ago, the Monkey Melee. Before we do get into that though, I have to give a huge thanks to Bless the Fall for allowing me to not only film the item, but for allowing me to personally use it to get clips. Without him, obviously this episode wouldn't have been possible. Now without further ado, let's get into it. At first glance, this weapon will seem pretty underwhelming when considering its usefulness. Like Cat Melee, it deals 8 damage at a medium speed, as well as having knockback. That knockback makes this weapon really hard to use in a PvP setting. I found when testing this weapon that the knockback would actually allow the victim to get away in many situations, and that was quite frustrating. However, the feature that saves Monkey Melee is its special. With this new rendition of the Cat Melee, they have replaced the spin attack with a 3 HP per heal healing special. This definitely changes this item and makes it much more useful. These types of healing items are extremely useful, however nowadays many items do the same job and some have better damage and special effects. Because of this, I can only really give Monkey Melee a 7 out of 10 in usefulness. Rarity is a category that obviously isn't complete. As Monkey Melee is a brand new item, we don't really know how rare it's going to be. However, we can definitely make some predictions. The one item that we can usually take some evidence from is the Cat Melee. Monkey Melee is a direct reskin of the item plus a heal. Cat Melee is an item that is not limited in auctions and gets auctioned quite frequently. If Monkey Melee follows this, we can expect it to not really have a cap on how many there will be in the game. However, I would assume that about 10 to 15 will be auctioned frequently over the next coming weeks, and one every 1 to 2 auctions after that. Due to all these facts though, Monkey Melee can only really get a 4 out of 10 in rarity. Demand is another interesting category because of how recent this item was added. Usually when items are added, there is a pretty decent demand for the item. However, with Monkey Melee, I have legitimately not seen a single person publicly buying it. The item is the same as Cat Melee, which is an extremely hard item to sell. The one saving grace for this item though is that it has a 3 HP heal. This instantly makes it have quite a large demand, as items like Rage, Paladin, and Winterstaff all have high demands due to the same reason. I assume once more of these items are in the game and the price drops, there will be a decent demand for it. The demand for healing items, however, has been going down, with things like laser tag and gang coins adding healing items that are relatively quick to get. Because of that, I give Monkey a 6 out of 10 in demand. The most interesting discussion with Monkey Melee is going to be its price. The item isn't too unique in a sense of what it does, so it'll be pretty easy to predict its price. When I first saw the item, I instantly predicted it to be around 60 to 80k regardless of the rarity. This is because I knew it would be less rare than Cat Melee, but is very similar in both its looks and features. However, what changed that was the fact it could heal. Most healing items currently range between 105 and 130k, with the exception of Paladin at about 150k. Because of this, it's safe to assume it'll be between 105 and 130k. Because Monkey Melee isn't particularly impressive looking, it'll probably be on the lower end. I think the other healing items are much better, so I'd predict an average price of 100 to 110k once Monkey's price stabilizes. Now onto the main part of this video, my opinion on whether Monkey Melee is worth buying. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with the same recommendation as when I reviewed Cat Melee. This item is a definite don't buy. I am actually a fan of Cat Melee and how unique the item is. I find when looking at Monkey Melee that it just doesn't have the same personality. To me, it looks clunky and doesn't quite work with the animations that Cat Melee had. On top of this, it is honestly the worst looking 3 HP heal weapon. The heal animation is kinda cute, but it really leaves much more to be desired. Items like Rageblade or even Winterstaff are just much cooler and more flashy, which to me is how heal items should be. The whole item itself just doesn't quite make sense to me, and for that reason, it's just not worth buying even if the price is less than I'm predicting. And with that, this is the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, please hit that like button down below. Also, make sure you guys comment your opinions on Monkey Melee. I'd love to hear if you guys disagree or agree with my opinions in this video. And of course, please make sure you guys are subscribed as I keep everyone up to date on all Graal news, updates, events, and items. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.